Hello, 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 good people, and welcome to Happy, Healthy, Whole with Sharea. I'm Sharea. Um, this month we've been doing mental health awareness and mental health matters series. This week we're talking about building your mental health well-being plan. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. Check out our previous videos. The first one was on just the basics of understanding why mental health matters, and then video 2 and 3 give you some options for strategies. I did the 5 4 1 5 4 3 2 1 affirmation and a little bit of some movement tips and things that you can do, as well as last week I did a body scan. You can also check out somewhere on here. I have some previous body scans if that one isn't long enough and you want to walk through one a little bit longer. That being said, today we are closing out with building your own mental health plan. I am proud of you for sticking with me. If you've stuck through this whole month, it's about not just learning about mental health and why it matters, but it's also about putting it all together and building that personal plan. And so mental health is not a one size fit all. And what I really love about building a plan is that when you work with me, it might be different than if you work with someone else, but the goal is for it to be rooted in the things that are doable, supportive, and rooted in real life for you. And because of that, I am going to give examples, but I'm not going to say this has to be what you do to be able to take care of yourselves. If you watch us on our Self Care for Black Girls emotional wellness podcast, which we do in the actual group live on the third Thursday of each month, you hear me give tips every week that are very supportive to our mental health and our emotional health. So the first thing I want you to do, and we started this from the first week, is that daily check. What do I feel? Track your mood or your triggers and start to be able to journal as much as possible. And for those who are not physical journals, even though I can tell you there's some mindful benefit to actually physically writing, then also consider an app or some kind of phone note that you can use to kind of process and track all the different things and emotions that we might be feeling. And so when we think about our wellness thing, we're going to start with that check-in. We're going to then think about how we track our mood throughout the weeks. And then we're also going to choose 2 to 3 wellness tools that actually fit our life. So for example, for me, a morning tool that fits my life is before I start my day, I open up my Bible, I do my devotional, and I read, and then I do my prayers. So before I even start anything, I know that that fits my schedule, so that way nothing else gets my time. No phone, no nothing, just those things. And I do that in order to start a routine for my day. But you can do something similar. You can do meditation in the morning. You can do a quick mindful body scan through your body. And literally it can be 4 to 5 minutes. I think last week's I did maybe was less than 2 minutes, right? When you think about it, a quick scan, morning stretches, right? Or some breath work around those morning stretches. When you are stretching, breathing throughout your body. Those can be techniques that you can choose from that are simple. 10-minute journaling at night, in the morning, whichever one works best. I find for me, journaling at night is probably easier because I'm dumping out the day and kind of doing that soul detox, is what I consider it, to kind of let myself out. And then calling a friend weekly, right? I know that my girlfriend and I are going to talk. If by Thursday I don't talk to her, while I'm picking up the phone. If she hasn't called me, I call her, I text her, make sure we're good. Even if we're not talking about anything serious, it's just a way to relax and to be present with my relationships and my friendships. Who's on your wellness team is going to be the last part that I want us, well, not the last part, to think about when we're creating this wellness plan. It could be coach, mentor, therapist, trusted friends. My goal here is not to tell you who needs to be on your list, but the fact that you are not isolating and trying to do everything on your own will allow for you to enhance your experience around well-being, especially emotionally and mentally. I was watching something the other day and it talked about when people are in isolation, you can see there's a level of discourse around relating and or understanding how to relate that causes them to think that the others on that side are doing it wrong or that people are the problem when they really may be dealing with social isolation that kind of put them in a box to not know how to connect. And so really being able to learn what you need so that you can build on it, right? So your friends, your therapists, your coaches, your mentors, the different areas in your life to help you build on healthier relationships. And sometimes because we may not always have a healthy foundation around trust and relationship building, we tend to think that it's easier to not do it. It's easier not to have it, and or I can't trust it. But the reality is that part of learning and dealing with emotional well-being and healing is how to develop and to grow and to reestablish relationships that are trusting. Another story for another time, but I just wanted to make that point. So just remember, you're not alone and you don't have to do it alone, is my point. Make a bad day plan. Part of a wellness plan should be not just all the things that I'm going to do, but what will I need to say to myself when I'm having a day that I don't like what I look like? I don't like what I feel like. What will I need to say to myself when I know things are not going well, right? So creating a bad day plan is going to help you. And I say that in quotes, right? That bad day may never come. I hope that for all of us that we never have a bad day. But the truth is, as humans, we are working and navigating life. And if you are in America right now, you are really navigating bad days just because of bad humans doing bad things in our country, right? And so when we're thinking from that perspective and we're preparing, we can't control all the bad things. But what we can do is prepare ourselves to learn how to not get stuck there, right? A playlist of good, joyful music, a mantra that helps us to get out, right? So I'm capable of achieving great things. I know that my hard work will pay off. I'm allowed to be who I am, and no one gets to determine that identity for me, right? All those things that you need to say or do to yourself. Text your support system when you're having these bad days. But having that plan for your hard days is going to help you to be prepared for life in general. And so in my bad day list, I just named a few: my music, my mantra, and my friends, right? My music, because I have lists that I literally can put on and they make me feel good. I feel well, and it makes me feel like a reminder of who I am fully. And then I have my mantras, right? Who am I? I'm a strong Black woman. I am proud of my identity as a Black woman who's navigated different stressors. I get to be free, right? What are your mantras that you need to say to yourself? And then texting my friends. When I know that I'm struggling, I have no problem with being like, hey, I may not even tell them I'm struggling. I'm just going to, like, I need some laughs, so I'm calling such and such. I need to talk about so and so in my family that I can't just talk about with everybody, right? I need those things in order to be a response to those hard days or bad days or whatever you want to call them. Your healing doesn't have to be perfect. It is it just has to be yours, really, when it comes down to it. And I think that's important to remember on your journey, is that this is not about being perfect. It's about showing up for yourself. It's about keeping yourself or giving yourself the options to make good decisions around your emotional and mental health. And as we close out mental health awareness, I hope that you show yourself compassion and show others the compassion as well, to know that they are not alone. They do not have to do this alone, and you don't either. And don't forget, I've not said this throughout the 4 weeks, but it is also a major part of my um, wellness plan in general and life right now, is that you don't forget to rest. Don't forget to breathe and rest. Y'all deserve it too. And I want you to take care of yourselves. You're welcome.